happening, video world? And to all my video viewers, welcome once again to the channel that's bringing you complete entertainment all rolled up in one. What channel might that be? Well, I'm glad you thought it. The channel I'm referring to is the one and only one, TJB Long Studio. Yeah, you might say, well, what's so different about this channel? I say to you, the difference is you. That's right, the difference will be you tuning in to keep up with the variety of current topics, including music, sports, domestic and worldwide social events, politics, religion, and relationship, just to mention a few, as we try to figure out what's really going on. It's all about the 3 E's: entertaining, enlightening, and educating. Or as they would say up in the joint, educating you in various ways, all under one umbrella, the umbrella of DJBLongStudio.com. Welcome to my brand new show titled, What's Really Going On? Yeah, this is the show. This show is all about things that you may or may not be aware of. Things that could be, would be, or should be of interest to you. The subject matter will include things that are going on in your communities, cities, states, country, and around the world. The objective again is to enlighten, entertain, and educate. They say knowledge is power. Well, I say let's turn on that switch to that power. Turn on the switch to that power so we can empower ourselves with the knowledge to energize our thought process to help us figure out what's really going on. With that being said, let's get started. Now, the subject today will be Frances Hagen, the lady that put Facebook on Front Street by whistleblowing. Now, for those of you that's been living under a rock, and I'm sure there's a few of you out there, let me explain to you what a whistleblower is. Basically, it's a person, usually an employee, who exposes information about or activity within a private, public, or government organization. Somebody that's working on the inside, gathering information about the wrongdoings where they are working. Yeah, you know that. A lot of us can attest to a lot of that. A lot of us know what's going on with that. With that being said, as I've said, it could be a private, public, or government organization where it is deemed illegal, illicit, unsafe, fraudulent, or abuse of taxpayers' money. You and my money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're abusing it. Well, anyway, those who become whistleblowers can choose to bring information or allegations to the surface either internally or externally. Either internally or externally, either or. Now, the law states that all companies have policies and procedures in place to protect the identity of whistleblowers. Miss Frances Hagen, let me tell you a little bit about her. Now, she was born and raised in Iowa City, Iowa. Yeah, Iowa. 1980. Now, her father was a doctor, and her mother became a priest after her academic career. She's no dummy. She came from a well-educated family. Now, Frances is an American data engineer. She's a science product manager, and, of course, she's a whistleblower. Now, in 2021, she disclosed tens of thousands of Facebook's internal documents to the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Wall Street Journal. Now, just so you know, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission also known as the SEC. They're a large independent agency of the United States federal government whose primary purpose is to enforce the law against market manipulation. Now, Francis studied computer science and electrical engineering at the Franklin W. Olin College of Engineering, and she graduated in 2006. Okay. Now, she later earned a Master of Business Administration from Harvard Business School in 2011. And after graduating from college, she was hired by Google and worked on Google Ads, Google Book, search, and a class action litigation settlement related to Google. So she worked on all these things. She's experienced and she's educated. Now, she began her work as a data product manager at Yelp. I'm sure a few of you out there familiar with Yelp. And at Yelp, she worked there to improve searching using image recognition. In 2008, when Facebook recruited her, she expressed interest in a role related to misinformation. And in 2019, she became a product manager in the Facebook Civic Integrity Department. So she's working her way up from the bottom to the top. Now, while at Facebook, she decided it was important to become a whistleblower. She wanted to drop a dime on what Facebook was doing. And she did. She left her position at Facebook in May 2021. In the spring of 2021, she contacted a John Ty, who happens to be a founder of a nonprofit law firm called Whistleblowers Aid. Okay. Now, Mr. Ty agreed to represent her and to help protect her anonymity. Now, in the late summer of 2021, she began meeting with members of the United States Congress. Beginning in September 2021, the Wall Street Journal published the Facebook files, which referred basically to documents leaked in 2021 from the social media platform Facebook. Now, the leaked information outlined the company's internal knowledge of ways in which its platform created social harm based on a review of internal Facebook documents. Now, these documents included research reports, online employee discussions, and draft presentations to senior management. So the boys at the top knew. They knew what was going on. And also, she talked about and complained about algorithm. And for those of you who don't know, let me give you a brief idea of what algorithm is. It's a procedure formula for solving a problem based on conducting a sequence of specified actions. I say basically what it is similar to psychological manipulation, and that's exactly what Facebook was doing. Now, Francis disclosed her identity as a whistleblower when she appeared on 60 Minutes. I don't know if y'all caught that show or not, on October the 3rd of 2021. Now, during the interview, she discussed the Facebook program known as Civic Integrity, which was intended to curb misinformation and other threats to the election security program, which actually was dissolved after the 2020 elections. You know how that went. Now, she said she really felt betrayed by democracy and believed it contributed to the 2021 United States Capitol insurrection. Yeah, that homegrown terrorist act. Yeah, we all know how that went down. Well, she also stated that the thing she saw on Facebook over and over again were there were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook. And that Facebook, once again, over and over again, chose to optimize for its own interests. You know what I'm saying? Like making more money. That's what it was all about. At least 8 complaints have been filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission by her attorneys. They cover the topics reported by the Wall Street Journal and how political misinformation, hate speech, teenage mental health, human trafficking, promotion of ethnic violence, preferential treatment for certain users, of course. That wasn't me and you. We know that. And its communication with investors. They kept in touch with the people that was putting the money in the game. Now, she also stated Facebook misled investors. Now, Francis shared documents with the United States Congress and the Office of the Attorney General, but not the Federal Trade Commission. Facebook market capitalization, also known as market cap. Basically, what this is it's the market value of a publicly traded company, outstanding shares. Okay. Now, with Facebook, shares dropped by $6 billion within 24 hours of Hagan actually going on a 60 Minutes interview, and shortly thereafter, the Facebook outage on October 4th, 2021. Okay. Now, during the October hearings, October the 5th, Francis indicated she is in communication with another United States congressional committee about issues related to espionage. Yeah, a little spying going on there. Now, Francis also said the reason she has not shared documents with the Federal Trade Commission is because she honestly believes and feels that the Facebook system will continue to be dangerous, even if they're broken up. She worked at Facebook for nearly about 2 years. In 2 years, and she stayed at Google and Yep. Now at Facebook, she studied how the social networks algorithms amplified misinformation. They pumped it up, they hyped it up, and was exploited by foreign adversaries. Yeah, this stuff is reaching all around the world. This impact was all around the world, no doubt about it. Now, here are some key points from Facebook whistleblower's testimony on Capitol Hill. She she was an insider, making her a very powerful critic. She looking from the inside out. She saw what was going on. And she said that during her time at Facebook, she came to realize the devastating truth that almost no one outside of Facebook knew what was really going on. You got me? What's happening inside of Facebook? Now, the company intentionally hid vital information from the public, including good old Uncle Sam. They hid information from good old Uncle Sam, U.S. government, and governments around the world. Hagan is not the first ex-Facebook employee who has raised concerns about the world's largest social network. She came prepared. She came along with receipts to back her testimony. She brought her proof with her and thousands of pages of company documents that proved exactly what Facebook knew about its products. Okay. Now, research show that Facebook went out and coveted. They targeted basically young users despite health concerns. Francis leaked one Facebook study that found that 13.5% of United Kingdom teen girls in one survey say their suicidal thoughts became more frequent after starting on an Instagram. Psychological manipulation in full effect. Another leaked study found that 7% of teen girls say their eating disorders got worse after using Instagram. Now, 32% of these teen girls, say that when they feel bad about their bodies, Instagram made them feel worse. And I don't mean to laugh because it's not a laughing matter. But Facebook was accused of intentionally targeting children under age 13. You got under age 13. Yeah, that's what I said. Now, they're targeting with an addictive product despite the policy requiring users to be 13 years or older. It is clear that Facebook prioritized profit over the well-being of children. Facebook exploited teens using powerful algorithms that amplify their insecurities. So they played on your weaknesses. Again, algorithm is a procedure or formula for solving a problem based on conducting a sequence of specified actions. I call this is what I call it. This is my definition of it. I call it psychological manipulation. Okay, psychological manipulation. Democrats and Republicans, believe it or not, actually united on regulating Facebook. They actually came together and said, yo, we need to do something. Part of them are probably in on the process as well anyway. Well, a new proposal now being discussed where private citizens, you and me, can sue Facebook after social media companies for harm caused by their algorithms. Now, about a decade old law known as Section 230, which actually protects social media companies from being sued over what their users post. Obviously, lawmakers at this point are now examining the possibility of regulations, putting some rules out there to rebut that. Now, Hagan is adamant, she's adamant that Facebook broke the law. Her lawyers have filed a complaint with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is focused on Facebook public statements. Their statements about issues, including what Facebook knew. They knew about how organizers of the January 6th Capitol siege, if you will, insurrection, terrorism, domestic terrorism act. They knew that these people use its platform. Now, how ineffective it was at removing hate speech and how Instagram made body images use issues worse, pretty effective. Now, Facebook is turning, they kind of try to fight back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to throw their little jabs in there. They're trying to turn up the heat on Francis. They're suggesting for the first time that she broke the law. They're trying to flip the script. And that the documents she obtained were stolen. This is where they're coming at. This is how they're coming at her. But keep in mind, for any of you that decide you want to drop a dime on what's going on in your company or the business or corporation that you might be working, federal whistleblower protections provide legal coverage to Francis and you as well for providing private Facebook documents to the SEC and Congress. Now, the experts say her leaks to the press could actually trigger action from Facebook. Francis also says she really feel Facebook consistent understaffing of the counter-espionage information operations and counterterrorism teams is a national security issue, and that she has strong national security concerns about how Facebook operates today. Now, the Senate subcommittee may be asking the whistleblower. As a matter of fact, they're talking about bringing her back in. They want to bring her back in and talk specifically, have another hearing, specifically focused on national security issues. Nobody's surprised. I'm not. Okay? What's really going on in here? You know what I'm saying? She stated that Facebook and Instagram prominently display posts that contain clickbait. You hear that? Clickbait. Incentivizing users to interact and respond. This system is also called engagement-based ranking, and what it does is keep users hooked and encourage the spread of misinformation and hate speech. Are you a user? Are you hooked? Are you looking at that phone every 5 minutes? Well, the whistleblower also said that ongoing efforts to break up Facebook by forcing the company to sell off Instagram or WhatsApp, she said it won't solve the problem. It won't solve the problem with the companies because they're going to keep doing what they've been doing. They would lead to algorithm changes. They will not stop the psychological manipulation. Now, here Facebook they claim they have tweaked its algorithms to decrease the spread of hate speech and misinformation, and we're supposed to believe that? We're supposed to believe him after all this? Okay, right. Now, for more than 5 hours, y'all remember this one, the world got a taste of life without Facebook and its apps. People in many places around the world discovered that Facebook and its apps have dug their way deep down into the really everyday facet of our lives, and you included, me also. Now, Mexico politicians were cut off from their constituents. Turkey, shopkeepers could not sell their products and wares. In Colombia, there are nonprofit organizations that use WhatsApp to connect victims of gender-based violence to life-saving services. Found their work to be impaired because Facebook was down. Wow, you talking about world impact? Boy, this is for real, for real, for real, for real, for real, though. Okay, make no mistake. This is a big reminder that technology is a tool, not a solution. The Facebook outage was a planetary scale demonstration of how essential the company's services have become to everyday life. You can attest to that. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger have long been more than handy tools for chatting and sharing photos. Now they are a critical platform for doing business. Boy, they done escalated their game. Arranging medical care, conducting virtual classes, carrying out political campaigns, responding to emergencies, and much, much more. The political campaigns are really on the move, and Facebook is right there doing what they do, hanging in there, trying to make sure they take advantage of all. Now, the unease about a single corporation mediating so much power over human activity, it motivates much of the scrutiny surrounding Facebook, and rightfully so. The Federal Trade Commission has filed an antitrust lawsuit against the company, accusing it of being a monopolist. That's an easy accusation. That's very easy. Okay? Now, they monopolize the industry by acquiring Instagram and WhatsApp to secure their dominance. So, in other words, they stack the team. European Union policymakers are drafting right now, as we speak, sweeping regulations to slow down Facebook's power. Okay. Now, Facebook is focused on the decision the company leaders make or fail to make. And these decisions are about governing, running, and making money from its platforms. Making that money, that's what it's all about. The consequences of Facebook's size is that many more people are affected when there are technical lapses or issues. I don't know anybody that won't be affected unless they don't have a phone or a computer. Now, in the global digital space, everywhere could experience a shutdown. Can you imagine that? You saw it for 5 hours. Now, worldwide, 2.76 billion people on average use at least one Facebook product each day. WhatsApp is used to send more than 100 billion messages a day and has been downloaded nearly 6 billion times since Facebook bought it back in 2014. 6 billion times? Can you even imagine? Wow. Okay. Anyway, the use of WhatsApp has gained so much debt that at one point it hurt nearly half of all the internet traffic in Zimbabwe during the outage. This is that worldwide effect. Now, the chief government spokesperson in Tanzania used Twitter to urge the public to remain calm. People were tripping and panicking, big time. Now, in Brazil, a Brazilian study showed WhatsApp is installed on nearly every smartphone in the country. That's everyone. And that most Brazilians with their phone, they check their app at least once per hour. Yeah, that's right, per hour. They are psychologically programmed to look at their phone. What about you? How often do you do it? How often do you check your phone, even if it's not ringing? In Mexico, many small town newspapers cannot afford to print, to publish, so they rely on Facebook instead. This has helped local governments without a physical outlet to issue important announcement, so they too have taken to Facebook. Okay. Facebook has become the most powerful way to communicate. The way businesses work, it's been a crazy, crazy change in the last 20 years. Back then, we had no community online. Now we're hyper connected. Yeah, we're hyper connected. But we rely on a few tech companies for everything. We're setting ourselves up for catastrophic failure. When Facebook or WhatsApp go down, guess who go down with them? We all go down. So ask yourself, what's really going on? With that being said, I am Bingo Long, and I'm getting ready to sign off right now. Make sure you click on that subscribe and notification icons. Join me next week. Make sure you check me out next week. The topic will be drones. Yeah, drones. Drones are no longer science fiction. They are science fact. Make sure you check me out. You'll be surprised what I got to tell you about the drones. And remember, one day, don't be shocked when you wake up, look out the back door window, and the drone is looking in the window to see what you're doing. Scientific fact. Police department, fire department, they're telling us one thing, how they're going to use these drones? Since when you start believing what they say? Anyway, once again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you hit that notification bell. DJ B Long, Bingo Long, and that's what's really going on with that. I'll check y'all out next week. I am going to ride y'all out of here with a little bit about what's going on. Give you a little time for this to marinate. Let it settle in for you. But make sure you join me next week. Next Friday or Saturday. Could be, but you'll get that notification. Subscribe, and I will definitely send you that notification. And we definitely going to move forward on this what's really going on tip. Later. Thank you.